Travis Scott's fourth studio album Utopia released almost a year ago. Whether you're a fan or a passive listener, there is no denying that the production that went into the album is crazy. With beat switches like on My Eyes and drums that knock on tracks like Thank God, today I'll be focusing on how to make a beat like HYAENA. HYAENA is the opening track to Utopia and arguably sets the new and unheard tone from Travis's previous work. I started with the drums as they have a key thing that caught my attention on HYAENA. I found a drum loop on Splice which had sounds that I liked and dragged it into Ableton's sampler to then reconstruct into a new sample. I made sure that the new groove had a similar bounce. I layered more sounds such as 2 kicks to beef up the sample, and an aggressive, harsh snare. I then added drum fills and snare rolls at the end of the bars to emphasize the next ones. Drum fills are nothing new to Travis Scott's sound, but they are a key to achieve it. This is often seen on tracks to which Wonder Girl has credits on, such as HYAENA, Thank God, My Eyes, Sirens, and Circus Maximus. I layered 2 808s together and made sure to flip the phase to ensure that they are not clashing with each other. I then layered a stadium chant, which I will cover in a later part. I finally grouped the drums and put a glue compressor on the chain to tie it together. It can be argued that Utopia would not have been the album we know it today if it wasn't for the creative use of sampling, and more so sample reconstruction. As explained by Navy D, it's the use of stem splitters which use AI to get clean stems out of samples. This is an extremely powerful tool in sampling as it opens a realm of possibilities for creating new creative ideas. I found a soul sample on Splice which I liked the sound of. I then looked to see if there were stems in the pack itself, which there were. I took the guitar and matched the BPM of the project and created this pattern. I then put it through an RC20 and an amp simulator from Positive Grid called Bias FX2. And then resampled that to get the FX printed on it and not worry about any reverb spill from the reamp. I then layered it and duplicated it with halftime, and then had another layer but with a heavier use of halftime. This was done to create a variation without it being too jarring. In another section, I layered the same guitar but an octave up. Using Ableton's sampling features, I set it to beats and had it at 8th notes, which gave it that choppy feel. For a second section of the beat, I took the original sample and re-chopped it and layered it with a deep synth bass under it to create a whole new feel. I added automation clips as well onto the guitar, automation clips for the reverb, which gradually increase in separate parts of the track. The stadium chant mentioned before is meant to imitate the intro of HYAENA, as I found a use of the sample on it to be unique and an interesting way to start the album. The chant is used throughout the beat to maintain the vibe and act as a driving motion for the beat alongside the heavy syncopated drums. When it came to arranging the beat, I kept it simple. I just added and took away some elements. I do feel like the length of the beat is a bit too long, however, but this is all subjective because say an artist hops on this beat, they might prefer it to be longer, they might prefer it to be shorter. I then moved on to the outro. Mike Dean has been a key figure throughout Travis's work, notoriously for his use of synths and stunning outros and features on HYAENA, as well as many other tracks on Utopia. It was without a doubt that I had to include a Mike Dean outro. I took the same bassline as before, but duplicated it and put it a fifth up to create a powerful power chord tone. I then added a reverb and a delay send to it. I then added a sub bass to support the low end. And layered this lead. I hope you enjoyed this video. This style of video is a first for me, so any feedback is highly wanted. For music you can check me out on Spotify, and for beats you can check out my YouTube or my Instagram. Hope you enjoyed, and here's a final preview of the beat.